living la vida loca. Living la vida loca.
and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather is better by you than it has been for our friends down in the south. My thoughts and prayers go out to everyone down there that's being affected by these horrible hurricanes and those crazy weather anomalies. I really truly hope that we are in the clear now and then everything will be better and we can start to work to rebuild. If you guys are interested in helping any of those people down there, I recommend giving donation to the American Red Cross. That is the safest option for you. There are a bunch of other charities out there to choose from, but that is the safest and the most reliable option. If you are going to give money and it's not to the American Red Cross, please make sure you do a little bit of research and make sure that it is in fact a legitimate non-for-profit organization that is going to help those in need, because there are a lot of people out there that take advantage of these situations, and the last thing I want is for any of my subscribers to get scammed by any of these crazy people. So good morning again, welcome back to the channel. I am in desperate need of this today. I am so tired today. I have had a very busy weekend so far. A friend of mine came over yesterday and we had to hem a dress for her, which is not something I normally do. So it was a bit of a challenge for me, but I made an exception for her and I went ahead and worked that out. So we did get it done. It took most of the morning and even in a little bit into the afternoon, but we did get it done. Her dress is beautiful. It fits perfectly now. And it was a lot of fun, but not something I want to do all the time for sure. If you guys are interested in getting one of these really cool coffee mugs for yourself, make sure you do !merch in chat. It'll give you a link to our merchandise store where you can get one of these cool coffee mugs or a t-shirt, a tank top. I think there's a drawstring bag and some other things there. A portion of every purchase goes back towards the channel, which then we reinvest into other projects here on the channel. Every dime that goes into the channel that is sent into the channel goes back to it. So thank you very much to everybody there. And special thank you to all of our members. We've got a handful of them so far, so thank you so much for that. The very first shipments for the different memberships will start to go out in December. I'm really excited about that. If you're interested in joining that, make sure you click the button down below that says join, and you can learn a little bit more from there. All right, so today we're going to be working on part 2 of our Firelight project. And for those of you who didn't join us for part 1, Firelight project is basically, it's a step down pattern. And I can show you the pattern here. Give me just a second. It looks just like this. It's the same black every time. You can see the colored blocks there, and then the white is a solid. That's this gray here that we're going to be using. And then you can see over here in the bottom corner, we're going to be using this really pretty fabric that we cut up last time. It's called Galaxy. It's really cool. It's got some purples and some blues and some teals in it. And it's just really, really pretty colors. And so we're going to be using that as our colorway. I'm really excited to see how this goes. Today we have to finish cutting up our background fabric, and then hopefully we'll get to a little bit of sewing today. I'm not sure. It just depends on how quickly and accurately we cut our fabric. Now I know I have way more than I actually need here, so I'm not going to need this whole piece of yardage that's here. I think this piece here is a 2-yard piece and I only need 1 yard, but we'll have to wait and see. But that is what our Firelight pattern looks like, so that is what we are going to be working on today. Let me hop into chat, say hello to everybody there, and then we will go ahead and get started with this. Now I do know that I always give a very special shout out to the first person in chat, and Linda Denton was the very first person there, so good morning, Linda. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for being the first person in chat. I think she was like an hour or an hour and a half early. I think it's just crazy that you guys go in there so early. So I really, truly appreciate the effort that you take and the time that you guys spend with me to hang out here in my quilting room with me. So thank you so much for that. Let me hop into chat real quick, say hello to everybody else, and then we can go ahead and get started. Brett46, good morning. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate that. Susan, good morning. Carrie Lynn, good morning. Thanks so much for being here. Kathy's one of our moderators, so thank you so much, Kathy, for being here. I really appreciate you being here. Fern King, good morning. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Judy, hello. It is so great to see you as well. Thanks for joining us this morning. Galena, it is so great to see you. I think you hopped on late in our Wednesday stream, so thank you very much for that. Speaking of our Wednesday stream, I wanted to send out an apology. On our Wednesday stream, I had said to come back and join us on Saturday for our After Dark edition. Well, obviously, our After Dark edition was not yesterday. I gave you guys the wrong date, and I apologize for that. The After Dark edition is actually next weekend. So next Saturday, we will be doing that. But thank you again to everybody that joined us on Wednesday. If you didn't already, make sure you check out that replay. There was a bit of an announcement, a little bit of a change to the channel. We're it's kind of a little bit up in the air still, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. We'll tell you a little bit more about how that's going to work out. Lorraine, good morning. It's so great to see you. Gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. I hope things are going great for you. Can't wait to hear about how your summer has gone so far. Let's see. Susan, I said good morning to you, but just in case, good morning again. Kelly, good morning. Gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you too. Good morning. Welcome back. She said she was going to go run and get breakfast. I hope you got enough for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, look who's in the house. Lucas is in the house. Hey, Lucas. Hey, bud. Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us. I know he's having a busy weekend. If you guys watched our Wednesday stream, then you know he's moving this weekend. He actually picked up the keys to his brand new apartment. Him and Tony have gotten a new apartment. It's about 2 hours away from here. It's over on the western edge of Illinois, just right off the river there. So they're really excited about that. So they're moving today. So my guess is that maybe he's in the new apartment now. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. So that's a lot. Really exciting to hear about that. So welcome back. Good to see you. We'll get to hear more about that here soon. Let's see. Courtney, wow, hello, how are you? Gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you. Pieces, Love, and Quilting, that's Courtney. Hi, Courtney. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Susan says, my older daughter found out that she got the job she had interviewed for. I'm so happy for her. We'll miss her, though. And she will be moving across the mountains to the city of Olympic, Pennsylvania Peninsula. That is awesome, Susan. Congratulations to her. That's really exciting. Seems like everybody's getting new jobs now. So that's great. Lucas has got the new job. Your daughter's got the new job. It's just really exciting time for everybody. So I'm really, really glad. Just need to build. Lucas says, yes, Judy, I moved into the apartment. Just have to build and set up everything now. I know Tony is coming home next weekend to help with some of that, but I'm sure by then Lucas will have it all figured out. He starts his new job hopefully on Monday, right, Lucas? Have they officially given you the okay to start on Monday? We're excited about it. Oh no, Courtney, were you sick? Linda says she's asking if you're feeling better. Gosh, I hope you weren't sick. I hope everything's well now. Jeez. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hold on. Lost my place. Hang on. Kelly says, okay, back with sausage, egg, and toast. Ooh, that sounds good, Kelly. Yum, yum, yum. I'll be brought enough for everybody because we're all starving. Although I will say I do prefer bacon over sausage, but I'll take the sausage this time around. Susan says, I actually spent yesterday and my sewing machine was given a 9x9 blocks that I sewed into small baby quilts, and they got the Riley Blake tulip door banner done, sewn together. That is awesome, Susan, because you're preparing to move, right? How's that going? Like, you're moving into a hotel for a little while, and then you're going to be moving into a new place, isn't that right? So I hope everything's going on well. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. She says hello to everyone. Good morning. It's so great to see you. I hope you are well. Thanks for joining us today. Lucas says he starts his brand new job Monday at 8 a.m. Well, that's exciting. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So first of all, I want to tell you about the little bit of a change to the channel. If you watched our Wednesday stream, then you already know, and you kind of probably put it together a little bit already. But Lucas has moved. He is officially 2 to 2.5 hours away from here, so it's going to be a little bit more challenging for him to join us live in our live streams. So that means our Wednesday live stream is going to be a little bit of a different format. We're thinking of doing it through Zoom. And we're hoping that depending upon his schedule for his work, that we're still going to be able to do it on Wednesdays. But first we got to get him into the new job and working a little bit first. So something's going to be different in November for our Wednesday stream. We're just not 100% sure what yet. We might have to move it to a Saturday stream. We're just not sure. So our Wild West project still going to happen. Lucas is still going to be helping us with it. We're just not 100% sure how that's going to work out just yet, because we need to give him time to get settled in and get into his new routine and figure out what's going to happen here. Obviously, whatever happens with the channel is second priority compared to first priority being his new job and his new home out there. So we'll work with him. We'll get that set up. Keep an eye on the channel. I'll try and keep you guys posted on our Facebook group to let you know kind of what's going on, and also here on our Sunday streams. So we'll figure out what's going to happen for November. But the good news is that now most likely he and I will be sewing together. So it'll be a little bit of fun. But that means I got to catch up, because I haven't done my Clue 3 yet. So I'm going to have to catch up before that happens. So that's good. Susan says, oh my, found out that my vacant date has been moved from November 6th to January 7th. Oh my gosh, living with a wall of boxes will still be packing, just not as rushed. Oh, well, I mean, I guess that's a little bit of good news. That's good. Pieces, Courtney says, Danny, I'm working on losing weight and the medicine I'm on is making me sick on the new shot day. I'm hoping to see if it helps to lose more weight. Oh, okay. Well, good luck to you on your journey, Courtney. I apologize that I didn't know that. I know you probably posted something on your channel already, and I should have known that. So I'm a terrible friend. I apologize. But I'm glad to hear that you're on this journey, that you're feeling great about it, and I'm sorry that the medicine makes you sick. There's always side effects with new medicines, and sometimes it takes a while for them to get into your system. I have horrible side effects with medications, so I completely understand where you're coming from, and good luck to you. I hope it works out really well. Maybe he can do it on the After Dark edition. Judy, that is definitely a possibility. We're getting close to the end of the After Dark edition, at least with regards to the A Tree of Life project. I think the big reveal is actually in November. So we're getting close to the end of that. So we might do some switching around and turn that into something else. We'll have to wait and see how things go. So that's going to be another change on the channel. We haven't quite figured out what we're doing there yet, or if Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl are going to continue to join us every weekend or every month. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, because they did not join the Wild West project. They had too many other things going on. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. She said, I did find out which hotel I'll be during the renovation, and it's the one with the kitchenettes. Oh, that makes things nicer. Then at least you won't have to worry about eating out all the time. At least that'll be nice. I mean, it's a teeny tiny little kitchen, but at least it'll work out for you. Good morning, Naomi. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Sorry, I'm dying of thirst today. All right, so let's put this away. And let's get started. Now, I have already ironed up this yardage of fabric. We had not ironed it up the last time, but I've gone ahead and ironed it up this time so that we have it all ironed up and ready to go. So we are ready to start cutting. So I've already got some of my cutting tools over here for me lined up. Let me grab the pattern because I don't remember what we're doing. And we're going to go ahead and cut up some pieces today. I'm truly hoping that we get everything cut up and we actually get some sewing started today. But we're going to kind of have to wait and see. The other thing I'm going to have to do is I have to wind a bobbin because I have new thread but no bobbin. So I'm going to have to do that as well. So what is everyone else working on this weekend? I know obviously Susan is preparing for moving, although now she's been told she's going to be waiting a little bit longer. I know Lucas is moving. So we know what they're up to. But what has everybody else been up to these last few weeks? Or not even these last few weeks, but these last few days. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here. 1, 2, 3 3/4. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna go silent there for a couple seconds every once in a while just to try and figure out what the heck I am doing. Make sure I'm doing this right. All right. This is obviously not my pattern, so I'm not going to be giving you guys specific cutting instructions. All I can tell you is that we are going to be cutting 8 strips that are the same length, and then we're going to be subcutting those 8 strips into squares. That's all I can tell you. Hi Agnes, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Carrie says, I'm going to be back to school learning how to sew. I got my free quilt going to be cut next Friday. That is exciting, Carrie. I'm really happy to hear that. I know, Carrie, I noticed that you have been joining Kathy on her live streams lately. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to watch it, but I did see that you were there, so that is really exciting. I love spending time with Kathy. The ladies over there, they're just so much fun. I love hanging out with them and spending time with them. So you should consider yourself a very lucky girl that you get to hang out with them all day. That's a lot of fun. Linda says Thimbles was on a winning streak and now it's losing. Well, you know, that's what happens with computers, I guess. Susan is reminding everybody to hit that like button. Thank you very much, Susan, for that reminder. Yes, please. If you haven't already, please go tickle that like button for me. It really, truly does help out the channel. I've talked to a lot of subscribers recently that have told me that they found our channel through YouTube's algorithm, which is because of the like buttons and stuff. So thank you very, very much for that. Hi, Kathy. I think you were here once already, but hi again. Terry, hi, good morning. Wow, I didn't even see you pop in. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. Terry is our other moderator, so if you guys have any questions or concerns, make sure you reach out to any of those three, Lucas, Kathy, or Terry. Lucas is the only one that can help you with Thimbles, because it's separate from YouTube. It's a Streamlabs thing, but the other two can help you with anything that you need. Worked on 6 quilts, one more to complete the quilting on. That is awesome. One more to complete the quilting on. Wow, 6 quilts in 1 week. Jeez, that's a lot of quilts. I put together half a block for our gnome project. That's all I did. Wow, great job. Yeah, great job. Terry, yes, you guessed the Tree of Life and put it together and already gifted it to my daughter. Oh my gosh, wow, that was fast. That was fast, Terry. Congratulations on that. Naomi says, I'm redesigning a grandma's wedding dress into the granddaughter's wedding reception dress party. Glad it's not for a ceremony. I'd be super stressed. Naomi, I understand. I helped a girlfriend. I was just telling you guys, I helped a friend yesterday shorten a dress yesterday. It was so stressful. I hate doing apparel work. And she is the only person that I would do it for, and she knows it. She knows it too. Hi, Chloe. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. All right, I'm going to make my first cut here, guys. We really got to get going if we're going to try and do any sewing at all today. So I'm going to go ahead and make my first cut. That one's going to have to be trimmed again because it does have some salvage on it. So we'll get to that. But now I need to do 8 of these, so. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these up really quickly. Uh-oh, that one didn't cut all the way through. There we go. There we go. Slide that forward. Down there. So all these strips, I need 8 strips, and they're all going to be the same size, and then we're going to subcut these strips into squares. Again, this is not my pattern, so I can't give you the exact cutting instructions. If you are interested in purchasing this pattern, it is a Cozy Quilts design pattern, and it is pretty well available just about anywhere. I checked just to make sure there. I mean, it's pretty much everywhere you go. It's called Firelight. Let me see. Susan says, be right back. Time to get dressed. I understand that. So Lucas, tell us about the move. How did things go? So I assume you're in the apartment today. Woke up in the brand new apartment by yourself because Tony has not moved in with you yet. She's still at school. She'll graduate in May. looks like my piece has come a little undone, so I want to make sure I'm lining this back up. Make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. I remember, gosh, I can't believe I remember, but I remember the first time I spent the night in my brand new apartment after I moved out of my parents' house. Now, of course, the Lucas and Tony had both went away to school, so they have a little bit of experience with regards to that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this one will be 7. So they're used to having moved out already, but I remember that first night when I had officially moved out of the house. It was a little surreal, if I remember correctly. One more. Yeah, I knew I was going to have a ton of extra on this because I bought way more than I needed. I'd actually bought this for a different project. And then I decided I really liked the colors on it for this one, so I used it for this one instead. I'm going to go ahead and fold this back up, put this in my... This will go back into my stash. This is a little bit too big of a piece for me to give away as a scrap. I'll put that one back in my stash later on. Okay, so this one here and this one need to be trimmed. Apartment is full of boxes and things for me to put away and organize. Well, there you go, Lucas. And don't you worry, because I'm sure wherever you put it, it'll be wrong. And Tony will move it later. I'm sure of it. So don't stress out too much about it. And you know, even with everything else, you end up moving it around 5,000 times before you figure out where you like it. It's just kind of the way it goes. Terry says, I want to sew, but I also want to sleep. Like, I can understand that. All right. Trim up that real quick. Okay. All right, we've got the pieces, the strips all cut. Now we need to subcut the strips. So I'm going to go ahead and do probably 4 at a time. Try and get them done a little bit faster. Hi, Terry. Lucas just put the boxes in the form of a table and chair and a bed. The end. All done. I love that. I love that. That is a good way to do it. That is a good way. Go. Okay. Just laying these pieces out here. Give me a second. The good news is I have plenty of extra fabric if I need it. So if I really screw this up, I can fix it. Go. Just slide them apart just a little bit so I can see my line. It says cut 8 strips into 10-inch squares. So I need to be able to cut 5. So I've got 1, 2, know. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street. Should we do the count? 5. 6. Alright, those pieces are scrap. These go up here. And these are going to get lifted around so that I can. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to do 4 more. What? Terry passed Lucas and thimbles? What? Well, Lucas hasn't been playing lately. He's been busy, so that could be part of it too. But congratulations, Terry. You officially passed Lucas on thimbles. I didn't think anybody was going to catch up to him. There's still no car. There's still no prize for a car. Although, I might still try and convince Mr. Wizard to donate one of his models. Wait, what? No car? I might try and convince Mr. Wizard to donate one of his models. If somebody really comes up with 1,000,000 thimbles, I mean, I'm going to have to do something. But there's no car. No, there's no car. I put it too high up. Too high up. Can't see the line. There we go. All right. Lining up that line there. Alright, first cut. These are going to come together pretty quickly, so we're definitely going to be able to start sewing today, which is exciting because that's really the most important part, right? 1. 2. 3. 4. Take these beginning cuts here, flip those around. Well, that cutting went together much faster than I expected it to, so that's great. We're definitely going to get to some sewing today. Yay! All right. Go ahead and put these away now. So we got this big old stack of background squares. Big old stack. We'll add these to our bin of pieces for right now, and then we are on to the next step. First thing we got to do, though, is wind a bobbin, because I don't have one for this color, so let me do that real quick. I'll pull the machine out, and we'll get a bobbin wound up, and then we can get started. Put that away for now, put that away for now, slide this over here, put that away, put that away. Naomi, Ryan, and everybody to tickle that like button. Yes, please. Thank you. How about a picture of a car? A car block. I thought about a car block. I thought that would be funny, too. I don't have lofty goals. She says... Woohoo! Agnes just won bobbin chicken. That is awesome, Agnes. Congratulations for that. That's always like an accomplishment, isn't it? Like, it's so silly, but it's such an accomplishment when it happens. Okay. All right, here comes the baby. Let's go ahead and open her up. There she is. Hello. Terry, welcome to the Thumbelina membership program. Thank you so much for joining. That means you are also eligible for the Scrap Busters program as well. If you are interested, make sure you send me an email with your mailing address, and I will get you hooked up with that. The first shipment of scraps will go out in December. You are guaranteed at least one shipment of scraps, but it's probably going to be 2. So if that is something, if you are a scrap buster and you want to be part of that program, you're welcome to. Otherwise, the Thumbelina program is basically just a little bit of a donation. I think it's like $2.99, I think. It's a little one, whatever it is. But thank you for that. We appreciate you being a member. All right. Nope. We need an actual bobbin too. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and wind ourselves up a bobbin real quick, and then we can get started sewing. Isn't that awesome? Lucas, there you go. 3,000 thimbles. We're gonna catch up to her in no time. I can see it. Let me see if I can get it out. I can see it. The piece of thread that I need to start this brand new spool is tucked inside a little too tightly, and I can't get it out. So we're going to try and trick it. There we go. There we go. I got it. Alright. I have a little one, but I don't really need the little one. Sticker off. Brand new spool of thread. Brand new. Like, I didn't think I had a gray, and then it turns out I did have a gray, but I ended up tucking it into another project, so I'm not sure which box it's in. So I ended up buying another one. Oh, what did I do that for? I just wound it, and I didn't want to. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to wind a bobbin. I didn't want to thread the machine. Oh, silly me. Silly me. There we go. Let's try this again. There we go. Now yesterday my machine was being kind of silly. It was doing some silly stuff. And I don't know if it was just the needle that was a problem. I don't know if it was the fabric I was using that was a problem, but it was doing some silly stuff. So hopefully it doesn't do anything silly today. Hopefully it works with us today. Hi Dawn, good morning. Welcome to the channel. It's been so long since I've seen you. She's so sorry. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, don't worry about it. Everybody's busy. Everybody's got things they need to do. Don't you worry. Susan says, took out my clues and put them on my sewing machine so I can work on them after church. There you go. Is that for Tree of Life or Wild West? Did Lucas take the machine with him? He did not take the machine with him, but he will be getting it soon. Like I said, Tony is coming home next weekend to pick up some stuff. He ran out of time. Like, there was just so many things that poor kid had to do. So he ran out of time. He didn't get a chance to come running over to get it. So Tony's probably going to take it with her when she comes next weekend, because it's her machine. And then that way she can bring all the other stuff with her as well. So he does not have it with him right now, but he will have a machine with him soon. So he will be sewing again with us. He will be putting the Wild West clues together with us. We're just not 100% sure when. Like, we're not sure if he's going to do it on a Wednesday or if he's going to do it on a Saturday. We're going to let him figure out his career schedule first, because that is the most important. And then we will kind of work with it. So the November Wild West clue was at 4. Maybe a little delayed. We'll have to wait and see. But we got time to worry about it. Like, I don't want him to be worried about it. Right now he's got to focus on other things. So, all right, let me move this mouse up here. My first big boy job. Yes, so he's probably a little nervous, but I'm sure he's going to do fantastic. And I'm sure that, the first few weeks of a new job is always a little stressful. All right, so we are going to be making 80 blocks. Whew. They're all going to look exactly the same. And we're going to be making 8 blocks of each color. Now, we're going to have to be careful to make sure that we do this correctly. So basically, it's just going to be this cute little stair block. So let me show you guys what it looks like. Let me pull out a mat. I like to work with a mat. I don't have the zoom camera on, but I guess I could turn it on real quick for you guys if you need me to. But it's going to be pretty simple. It's just a little square block. So we're going to take one of our background pieces. You guys can kind of see it here in the corner. We're going to take one of our background pieces. We're going to take one of these, and we're going to attach it to the side. And then we're going to take one of these longer pieces, all in the same color, and we're going to attach it to the top. Just like that. So it's going to be, this is the whole block. Well, actually, the block looks like this. It goes this way. That's the entire block that we're going to be making, and we're going to be making 80 of them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain piece these, trying to make things a little bit bigger. Oh, yay, Izzo's back. Hello, buddy. So great to see you again. All right. Give me a second, guys. I have it on a 20-minute timer, but apparently 20 minutes is not enough to keep the Izzos of the world out. So we're going to do this instead. Time for Whack-A-Troll. Yep. And there we go. We have fixed that problem. Ooh, those fabrics. Yes. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I have fixed that. So, Izzo, I appreciate the fact that you keep giving me subscribers. But if you're not going to join the channel for nice reasons, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I was prepared for you today. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead and we are going to chain piece these. So I'm going to take the small pieces for now, and we're just going to attach all the small pieces to the short ones and move from there. So it's going to be kind of a little bit, so of course, I didn't thread the machine. Threaded it first last time, not this time. So we're going to try it again. Yeah, Susan, I agree with you, and if he wants to pay me a compliment, that's fine. He did call me beautiful, and I shouldn't say he, they did call me beautiful, and I appreciate that. They went through a lot of trouble to do that, so I do appreciate the compliment, but I also don't want the inappropriate behavior on the channel. So, if you're here to watch, feel free to watch. But let's keep the inappropriateness out. Shall we? All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be chain piecing. So like there's going to be a lot of sewing here. I've got 80 of these to do. So it's going to be a hot minute. So what else are we going... what else are we talking about today? Oh, hi Sylvia. Gosh, I didn't see you sneak in there. Well, hello. It is so great to see you. Yes. Insert evil laugh. Yes, I agree. I agree. Yep. But we're prepared for it today. I knew exactly what I needed to do today, so I tried to be nice. So I do apologize for anyone that is a new subscriber to the channel that can't participate in chat. I apologize. It's an unfortunate circumstance of events that happens because of some trolls. So we'll work through it. All right, so I'm just literally going to be sewing these all together one at a time. And it does not appear that my machine is doing whatever it was doing yesterday, so that's good. It's not going to give me any trouble today. So what is everybody else working on today? I mean, besides playing with their thimbles, of course. Got a couple people that are preparing for moves. I got a couple of people that are working on some clues. Today, after the stream, I'm going to be making my second batch of applesauce. The first batch is finished. It came out perfectly. I've given a couple of them away already. I've given a bunch of them away already. In fact, Taylor's boyfriend, my other daughter Taylor, her boyfriend's birthday is this weekend, so he was driving down to see her for his birthday, and she made him stop here on his way down. He lives in Chicago, and he had to stop here on his way down to Peoria to pick up applesauce for her. Isn't that funny? Can you show the pattern graphic? Yes, absolutely. I can absolutely do that for you. Sure. Yeah, here. That's what it looks like. So the white that you see on that picture is the light gray, and then the colors there are going to be these galaxy colors. At least that's the thought process anyway. So yeah. Kathy says today is her relaxing day. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, coffee. Coffee sounds fantastic. Eventually I will get to clue 9. I'm still on clue 8 if it makes you feel any better. I have 2 Tree of Lives and I'm still on clue 8 for one of them. The other one we did obviously we're going to be doing the After Dark edition next week for clue 8. No, clue 9. Which one are we on? We're on clue 9. We'll do clue 9 After Dark next week. So Saturday, this coming Saturday is the After Dark edition. So set your calendars now. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. The November one, where it's going to start an hour earlier. 7:30? 6:30. I'm sorry. 6:30 p.m. Central Time. The November one will start an extra hour early because we're going to be putting the whole thing together. And it usually takes an extra hour or so. So this is our last clue before the final reveal. Terry already knows what it looks like because she guessed the pattern. She's an overachiever, that one. Judy says I will miss next weekend. That's okay, Judy. You can always catch the replay. Didn't you say you're going to be here in town? You're going to be close to visiting your family? Your mom, I think you said. We were talking about your mom last time. Dawn says she will try to make it. No worries. You can always catch the replay. The replay is always available. Mom's birthday. Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah. Not a problem. We understand. I love these fabrics. I fell in love. This is a fat quarter bundle. It's like one of those little 5-piece fat quarter bundles. I fell in love with the color. Like, cause you guys can't see it in the camera, but they have like little sparkles to them. Like, they're these beautiful, like, marbly designs. They're almost like a batik. And then they have these little glitter sparkles to them. And I just absolutely love it. It's like a galaxy or gateway kind of fabric line. I love it. I'm really hoping this turns out really nicely. Might have to do a little bit of manipulating when it comes to the lines, because I think that we're going to be duplicating colors a little bit, but that's okay. First, we got to get all the blocks together, and then we can start to lay it out. Terry says, I went to the garden baby shower that turned out to be such a great gathering of friends. The weather was perfect. Oh, that does sound like perfect. That does sound perfect. These blocks are going together so easily. Like, this is beautiful sewing. Like, this is the kind of sewing I like to do. It's just kind of, I don't want to say mind-numbing, because it's not really mind-numbing. It's just, it's very relaxing. Like, there's not a lot of thinking involved. Really, all you have to do is make sure that right sides are together. You know, I love this kind of sewing. On a Sunday morning when you're not really quite awake yet. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. I also wanted to remind everybody, thank you again to Terry for becoming a member of the channel. I also wanted to remind everybody that if you are interested in making a donation to the channel and you don't necessarily want to become a member where you would be charged every month, you can also, while we're in live streams, use the super chat or super thanks buttons. If that's something that you're interested in as well. You can click, there's a little $sign button in the chat, and you can click on that. And that will allow you to put in a super thanks or super chat, which is, again, just a little donation to the channel. The super thanks is also available for replays as well, which I've noticed, as long as the chat replay is there. So if you guys are watching the replay and still want to make a donation, you absolutely can by clicking that button. The other option for you is down at the bottom of every description of every video. I include a link for my Streamlabs tip page. If that's something that you're interested in, you can also leave a donation there as well. The idea here is not for the channel to make any money. That is not the goal of this, is to never do that. Oh, well, thank you, Terry, very much for that, showing you how it works. I really appreciate that. Thank you. The idea is not necessarily to make any money on the channel. It's simply to fund new projects. They're going to be made either way, whether you guys make donations or not. It just helps it out a little bit, that's all. It helps to pay for postage with regards to giveaways and things like that. Every dollar goes back into the channel is all I'm trying to say. So, thank you, Terry, very much for that super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Excuse me. All right, just working our way through these pieces. There's 80 of them, so it's going to take us a hot minute to get through them, but that's all right. Third super chat on a live stream, YouTube says. Well, thank you very much for that. One of the things that YouTube allows for members, and I know, guys, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but one of the things that it allows is special emotes. Obviously, they're not really super special right now. I just kind of went with some stock ones that that are offered. I just made them a little bit easier for you guys to access. I think there's only 2 of them in there right now. A thread. Yes, thank you, Terry. The needle and thread. I will have other ones coming soon. I'm talking with a custom builder of emotes. You know, there's actually people out there that make custom ones. So I will have some custom ones made for the channel here eventually, and you'll be able to use those. So that's something, that's a little perk for members. I know it's kind of silly and not really important, but it's something fun. But there will be custom ones coming soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping before the end of the year to have those done. I'm also working with a friend of mine who's super talented and creative with regards to graphic arts. I'm working with them to come up with a new logo for our channel. I love the logo we have. I think it's great, but I'm working on another one that is more embroidery friendly so that we can start to offer some more merchandise options. Because right now I'm limited in the merchandise options that I can choose because our logo has too many colors in it. So I'm working on that as well. So that's something else that you'll see on the channel here eventually that'll happen. All fun things. Judy says she's on a losing streak. Well, Judy, I am sorry for that. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Lucas and I have looked into it immensely, and there's not a whole lot we can do with regards to increasing the odds for winning the slots. We can increase the odds for the heist game, which we have done, but we can't really increase the odds of the slots, so... All right. Just sewing these up. There's 80 to go through, so it's going to take a hot minute. I feel I'm starting to get bunched up back here. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull these off here for a second. Oops. Lucas and Terry are wanting a car. We've only had one thimble redemption so far for the month of October. I believe that was either last weekend or on Wednesday. Forgive me, I can't remember. I know it was Carrie that did it. So Carrie, I've got your stuff ready to go. You're welcome to keep redeeming your thimbles every week from now through the end of October, and then I'll go ahead and mail your whatever prizes you've redeemed out. Same thing for anyone else. If you're interested in redeeming your thimbles, you can do that now, and then you can do it again the next time, and you can just keep doing it until the end of the month, and then I'll mail them all out to you. So I try and mail them out at least once a month. Kind of saves myself on a little bit of postage if I do them all at once. This is the only bad part about chain piecing, is you gotta pull them all apart. My goodness, so many of them today. And these will all need to be ironed up, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put them over there for now. We're gonna keep going. Keep going, keep going. Just keep sewing, just keep sewing. There we go. Redeem all, can I have a bicycle? That's great. Oh, you're funny. Like I said, if somebody actually does get to 1 million thimbles, I'm going to have to do something special. It's not going to be a car, but I'll have to do something special for that. My goodness. Maybe it should be like a PMQ subscription or something. Something crazy. That's actually not a bad idea. Hi Cheryl, welcome back to the channel. I see you checking your thimbles over there. So great to see you. I know there's always a lot of lurkers, and that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with lurking. And we appreciate you, even if you're not in chat. We appreciate you hanging out with us, spending time with us. Hopefully you're in your own sewing room, working on projects. And just kind of hanging out with us. But that's one of the reasons why I like to read off the chats that I'm working on, or that I'm reading through. I like to read them out loud, so then that way people that are just lurking can be part of the group too. Wow, PMQ sub. Yeah, I mean, if you get to a point where you have 1 million thimbles, I have to do something about that, because that's monumental. Like, that would be crazy. I mean, maybe I should think about something like that. I don't know what the biggest prize is, but we'll have to come up with something. I definitely get hurt doing that. Oh, with the bicycle? Wish I could ride one without killing myself. You could ride the stationary ones. That would be okay. The road to 1 million thimbles. There you go. Don, no problem, Fern. We understand you, so she's going to get back to hand quilting. I got to give you guys credit for the hand quilting. Like, I do not have that kind of patience or talent. So whenever you guys tell me that you're doing your hand quilting, I'm just so impressed with that, because that is definitely not something I can do. Like, I can barely hand sew. Like, I had to do a little bit of that yesterday when I was helping my friend hem her dress. She had, you know, those fabric hooks. You know, I forget what you call them, but the little fabric hooks. She had a couple of them come out, or they were loose. So all I was doing was tightening those up. So, like, almost like a bob or a button hole kind of thing, and just doing that was a struggle. Like, I can't imagine sewing a whole quilt by hand. That's just crazy. I don't know what the music is we're listening to today, but it's kind of boppy, and I like it. I like boppy music. I like music that makes you move. Don't get me wrong, there are times and places where I prefer something a little slow and more classical and relaxing. But usually when I'm doing a live stream or I'm in my sewing room, I like really loud boppy music. The road to 1 million. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. I don't know what yet, but how close are we? How much time do I have? Oh, I got plenty of time. You only had 269. I got plenty of time before you guys get to 1 million. Maybe I'll shorten up the goal a little bit. Let me think about it. But yeah, you know, a PMQ subscription might not be a bad idea. You know, some big chunks of fabric could be a good goal. You know, a couple of yardages of your fabric of your choosing from Cotton Cuts or stuff like that. I mean, these are all really good ideas for goals with those thimbles. Because, I mean, the whole idea is, you know, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me and just spending time with me. Playing games, hanging out, just having a good time. So, it's my way of saying thank you. Terry says she's got to go. Hope everyone has an awesome rest of the day. We'll see you sometime in cyberspace. Stay safe all. No problem, Terry. We appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. You have a great rest of your weekend, a great week. And hopefully you'll be able to catch us on Saturday for the After Dark edition. If not, we'll be here again on Sunday. October is a really busy month for live streams and such. I actually got the schedule out this time. Or not a schedule, but I got all the previews out for it this time. Just sewing up squares. We'll see you Saturday, wine in hand. I love it. Awesome. You know, I am a wine drinker too. Like, I do like the occasional. I prefer a fruit wine myself, but I do drink wine on occasion. But you know, Saturday evenings are, you know, I really like my tequila. I really like my tequila sunrises on my Saturday streams. They're just so fun to look at on the camera. And they're so yummy. They taste so good. But I am running low on tequila, so I'm going to have to think of something. I did do a Dirty Shirley on Wednesday. I don't know if you guys joined me on Wednesday, but I did a Dirty Shirley. Traditionally, a Dirty Shirley is made with vodka, and I do drink that one. But I did kind of cheat and make my Dirty Shirley on Wednesday with tequila. For those of you who don't know what a Dirty Shirley is, it is basically just a spiked Shirley Temple. So Sprite and some grenadine, or cherry Sprite and some grenadine, and a clear liquor of your choice. Traditionally, it's vodka, but you can use anything that you'd like that's clear. I used to drink when I was pregnant. I was pregnant at the age of 21. So I turned 21 in January, and then I got pregnant in July of that same year. So I didn't really get to do the crazy, you know, turn 21 drinking frenzy like most teenagers do. Which is okay. I don't regret that in any way, shape, or form. But so I would still go to the bar and hang out with friends and stuff. But I obviously couldn't drink any liquor. So what I would do is I would order Shirley Temples. Because then it made it look like I was drinking. It made everybody think I was drinking, but I really wasn't. So then that way I didn't feel left out. But I love Shirley Temples. Like, they're my favorite. I got my kids hooked on those at a wedding. My sister's wedding, I ordered those at the bar. Of course, he did spike a couple of them, but for me. But for the most part, I just drink those. I do like cherry flavoring. Like, anything that's cherry flavored is my go-to with things, if it's an option. Cherry Sprite has always been one of my favorites. Cherry Sprite, Cherry 7-Up, those have always been my favorites. Those are a staple in my house. You will always find those in my house, along with a bottle of grenadine, so that I can make anything cherry if I need to. Cherry Pepsi is really good. I will make my own. And, you know, sometimes I'll put a little bourbon in it. I swear I'm not an alcoholic. It may sound like it, but I swear I'm not. I'm a social drinker, I swear. I think you need to make a liquor run, Danny. You're absolutely right, Judy. I am running low on tequila. I do have vodka in the house, so I mean, I could do that. But yeah, you're right. I probably do. Liquor makes the world go round. It's not Dunkin' Donuts that keeps America running. It's liquor. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We do not encourage drinking on this channel. We encourage drinking of water on this channel. But if you chose to partake in an alcoholic beverage, that's your choice. We are just about done with these 80 squares, and then we're going to have to press them all up. So I'm going to press them all open. Now, I don't necessarily have to. I could probably just finger press them and sew them. We'll try that, see how that works. Wouldn't it be crazy if we got all 80 blocks done in this live stream? That would be crazy. Like, what? Slow gin fizz when I was younger. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Wizard loves ginger ale. He's a big fan of ginger. So he likes like ginger beers and he likes Moscow mules. He's a big ginger fan. He likes that. Roy Rogers tastes like cherry cola. It's a Shirley Temple with cola. Oh, okay. I've had cherry Pepsi before. I prefer Pepsi over Coke myself, but so I guess it's kind of a Roy Rogers then. I never knew that. That's fun. I usually drink darker liquors with colas, you know, like bourbons, whiskeys, brandies, things like that. I never thought to add a vodka to it. That could be fun. I might have to try that later because I do have almost a full bottle of vodka in the cabinet that we bought for Mr. Wizard's birthday party. It turns out my daughter Tony is allergic. Well, we have to assume that she's allergic, so she breaks out in hives. She's allergic to potato-based vodkas, right, Lucas? Is it potato-based ones? She breaks out in hives. Like, she had some Tito's vodka, and her face turned all bright red, and her hands and her skin turned it. Hi, Sandra! Welcome back to the channel. Gosh, it has been forever since I've seen you. So great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. But yeah, she like broke out in hives. So, and we figured out that I think it's potato based. Oh, corn. I'm sorry. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you. Corn based vodkas. She just, whatever, you know, happens in the fermentation process with a corn based vodka, she just breaks out into hives. She can drink a potato one just fine. There's no issue. Just the corn ones. So she actually has to be real careful when she buys it. So we actually have a bottle of vodka in the pantry right now that we bought specifically for her because it was a potato-based one. And yeah, just it was a sad day for her because she really likes vodka. So she was really upset. She was like all excited. She's like, I get to drink Tito's. You know, she's a college student. You know, they don't drink the fancy stuff. You know, and so she's like all excited, and then she breaks out in hives. So it was a sad day for her. She was really upset. So now she gets to stick with the cheaper ones. My younger sister does that all the time. She breaks out in hives or she drinks a lot of vodka. My cheeks turn bright red with red wines. I don't know what it is about red wines, but red wines, my cheeks get really bright red. I don't break out into hives with the red wine, but my cheeks get really, really bright red. All right, last one. Let's go ahead and pull these apart. And I said I was going to go ahead and iron these open, but I don't think I'm going to need to. I think I'm just going to go ahead and finger press them. Because the fabrics are all starched, so they're going to finger press really nicely. And then we're just going to add the long piece to it. So, I mean, wouldn't that be crazy if we, like, finished all the blocks this stream? That would be so crazy. Like, I know this one's going to go together pretty quick, but my goodness, that's just crazy. Like, let's see what happens, obviously, but Wouldn't that be crazy? We have chosen a lot of really easy projects this year, and I think that's why we've gotten so many of them done. All of the patterns we've done this year have been pretty easy. I mean, not including the Tropics project. That one is still on my nemesis. I still have that one over there. I have to put the binding on it just to get it done. It's one of those things where, in fact, I was showing it to my girlfriend yesterday when she was here, and I told her, I said, this is my nemesis project. Like, this is like Superman's kryptonite. Like, this is it. And I'm just like, I have anxiety over putting the binding on it because I know it's just gonna go wrong. Like, I don't know how it's gonna go wrong, but it is gonna go wrong because this project is cursed. So that's pretty funny. All right, so let's flip these over because they should be. I guess they're not really in any order. I was kind of hoping they were going to be in an order, but I guess not. Oh wait, let's try that. Let's see if that works. So we'll go ahead and we'll open these up. Oh yeah, the whole thing will press just fine. And so then we're going to add the matching fabric that goes along with it. And just put it together. Where did my pedal go? Where's my pedal? Just open it up and put the next piece on. She was adopted. That's not nice. Drinks liquor and breaks out in hives. Ah, got you. I have a friend that's actually allergic to alcohol. It's like a sad thing for her. Like, I'm so sorry. I don't know how you manage. But she is actually allergic to alcohol. So, it's a thing for her. But yeah, anytime she drinks any alcohol at all, any green alcohol, she ends up breaking out in a hive. So she doesn't drink anymore. It's very rare that she does. And every time she does, she's quickly reminded. So, it happens. But yeah, I have to agree. She must have been adopted. Just got to make sure that I'm making all of these the same way. So we are putting the second piece onto these blocks. These blocks go together really quickly. They're just 3-piece blocks. They're just 3 pieces. And that's what makes the pattern. Lots of slot players today. It's awesome. Lots of slot players today. So easy to make. So far, these pieces are so easy to make. A little off. That's all right. Hi, Shirley. Gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you. Happy Sunday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We have missed you. I hope you're well. She says, can't stay long, headed to my daughter's for Thanksgiving dinner. Wow, that's awesome. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope it's a short trip. I hope you're not traveling too far away. Lucas just won some thimbles. Congratulations. Just moving right along here. This is going together super quick. Once I've done sewing here, I will go ahead and I will open these all up, and we're going to go ahead and give them a hard press so they lay nice and flat. And then we will start to assemble the blocks together. Got 80 of them to do, so it's going to take us a hot minute. I started out this project with a fat quarter bundle. Actually, I needed 2 fat quarter bundles because they were the 5-piece ones, because you need 10 fat quarters to do this. Ideally, you would like all 10 to be different. Ideally. But if you can't do that, that's okay. You can have a couple of repeaters if you need. So far, I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping all the fabrics together. I must have laid them out just in the right order. Oh, I got to a point where I'm missing one now. I knew at some point my luck would run out. So this one here is a pink. And these 2 are not. So we'll set those aside for now. I'm sure we'll find them later on in the stack. But for now, we'll go ahead and grab this one here. You just want to make sure that when you're putting these together that the fabrics are the same. The colored fabrics are the same. Sylvia says, well, I'm off to do chores. I understand that, Sylvia. Well, the applesauce is cooking later. I'm going to be doing some chores myself. I need to get in this room and vacuum and mop the floor. I've been doing a lot of spraying of starch recently, and I noticed there's a couple of slick spots on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and come in here with a hot mop and mop up the floor real quick. Which is one of the things that I absolutely love about these new floors, is I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can just come in here and swish the mop around and be done with it. Before, when I had the carpeting, it was much more of a pain to get rid of the... I basically had to shampoo the carpet in order to get rid of the starch on the carpet, and the shampooer is a pain in the butt. I still have it because I do still have carpeting in my living room, and which I really need to shampoo the carpet in the living room. It's gross. But it's one of those things where it's like I know I'm going to replace the flooring in the living room eventually. So kind of a little bit of me is a little like, do I really want to do that anymore? Like, I really don't want to do it. It's so much work. But we're not planning to replace the flooring in the living room for at least another year. So there's that to contend with. Eventually we will. Lucas, do you have carpeting in your new apartment, or is it all hardwood flooring? Maybe carpet in the bedroom, hardwood flooring in the other rooms, or... I feel like I remember seeing carpeting. Maybe it was brand new carpeting. Carpet in the living room and the bedrooms. Okay. Down the hallway too, right? Or was it hardwood down the hall? Yeah, there too. Oh, okay. Kathy reminding everybody to tickle that like button. Thank you very much, Kathy, for that reminder. For those of you who haven't already, please consider doing that for me. And if you're watching the channel and you're not participating in chat, or you don't normally participate in chat, if you could just do me a quick favor and go check and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. YouTube likes to do crazy things with subscribers. And sometimes, even if you watch the channel a lot, but maybe you don't leave a comment or hit the like button or subscribe, maybe that's just not something you do, and that's fine. That's fine if you don't. But sometimes, because you're not, quote unquote, interacting with the channel, it unsubscribes you from it. It's just something that YouTube does. It's really kind of annoying. It's happened to me a few times with channels that I've watched before. Specifically some content creator friends channels. So if you could just go over and double click and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel already, that would be really, really helpful to me. I really appreciate that. Wow, won 3,000 and got credit for 25. Got credit for 25? What does that mean? Well, that's awesome, Sandra. Congratulations, I think. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but congratulations. I hope that means it did what it was supposed to do, because if it's not working correctly, I'm not entirely sure how to fix it. That's Lucas's thing. Alright. Putting pieces together. We have to make 80 blocks. Well, let me pull these apart. They're kind of starting to back up back here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull these off the machine. Starting to build up back here. That way I can also open one of these up and show you guys what the block actually looks like. So I was telling you guys that last week I made a whole batch of applesauce. It made over... It was 2 crock pots of applesauce, and it made over 30 little 3-ounce cups. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, all right, let me open this one up so you guys can see what the block looks like. This is what the block looks like. We're making 80 of these. But that's what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and press those up later, but I just wanted to get them off the machine for now because it was starting to back up on the machine. Hi Carrie, welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. I don't remember seeing your name in chat before, so welcome as a new member to the channel. We love making new friends. It's really great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. We are making a Firelight project. You probably could have seen it in the thumbnail for the... Well, you'll be able to see it in the thumbnail for the video soon enough. I can show you what it looks like if you're interested. She said she found us last Sunday, second visit today. Well, we are so glad that you're back. Thank you for coming back and hanging out with us. We are here every Sunday morning. We start at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, and we go usually till 12:30, although the first Sunday of every month, we started about half an hour late. And I apologize if you had to wait to participate in chat. We have been spammed with some trolls lately. And so I had to up the ante a little bit, up the requirements for participating in chat. So if you are a new subscriber and you are watching and you're not able to participate in chat because of the countdown, I truly, truly apologize for that. It is unfortunately the only way that I have been able to keep the trolls out. The good news is that the trolls are subscribing to the channel, so at least I'm getting some new subscribers. It still cracks me up. Like the amount of effort that they go through to be on the channel just floors me. She saw the thumbnail. She's working a Scrapbuster today. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. I'm glad that you are a Scrapbuster person. I am terrible with scraps. Like, I'm terrible with it. So I actually have a program on my channel. If you join the membership, if you join the Thumbelina membership, you can be a part of the Scrapbuster Club, where 1 to 2 times a year, I will send everyone a box. It's usually like an 8x8x4 box of scraps from other projects that we have been working on. So if that's something that you're interested in, or anyone is interested in, check that out. It's $2.99 a month, and you have to be subscribed for at least 3 months in order to get your first box. We just had a new member join today, Terry. So thank you very much for that, Terry. Alright, here's this one. If not, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. The channel is always 100% free. And it will stay that way forever. Or at least it'll stay that way as long as YouTube allows it. We are putting the Firelight project together. Just a reminder for those of you who are interested, we do have a Facebook group. If you do !FB in chat, you can join our Facebook group. I love our Facebook group because it allows me an opportunity to really connect with you guys on a little bit more of a closer level. Like, you guys can share stuff with me as opposed to me just sharing stuff with you. And that's why I truly, truly love our Facebook group, because you guys are able to share pictures of your projects over there. You guys are able to communicate together with the stuff, other than just in our live chats or comments boxes. So if that's something that you're interested in, please feel free to go over there and subscribe. Join us over there. And don't forget to post pictures of your latest projects. You inspire us all when you do. I also have an Instagram page, but I'll be honest and tell you that I don't participate in that one nearly as much as I do the Facebook group. I have actually got it connected up now so that when I post something on Facebook, it automatically goes to my Instagram page. So at least that way I'm not forgetting to do it. Carrie says, I have enough scraps to deal with myself. I completely understand that. For one cabinet of fabric, it must contain my stash and scraps. LOL, I need to make room for new release fabrics. Oh no, I completely understand, Cheryl. Or, Carrie, I completely understand that. Yeah, I've kind of been building up scraps for a while now. And I am actually so grateful that I have a way to get rid of them. Because I wish I had the time to work with them, and I just don't. So, and I hate the fact that they're just sitting there taking up space. So I'd much rather give them to someone that could use them. Cheryl, I feel like I've already said hi to you, but for some reason Streamlabs just decided to say hello to you. So hello! Welcome! I'm pretty sure I already said hello, but if not, let me know. We are just... There are 80 blocks to this quilt, so it's, you know, it's going to take a hot minute for us to put this one together. Uh-oh. I'm sure you guys can't hear it, but I hear a puppy whining a little bit. I think she's dreaming. She whines in her sleep. And I think I can hear her. Poor baby. She whimpers in her sleep sometimes. Poor baby. Does anybody have any exciting plans for the weekend or this week? I'm going to be traveling here soon. Not this week, but next week. During the week for business, I'm going to be traveling. So it's not going to affect the channel in any way, thank goodness. I'm going to be headed out to Detroit for a few days for a conference. Next week. I can't believe how well these are going together. Like, I was on my game when I cut them because they're all super straight. They're all going together really quickly and easily. Like, I'm actually really proud of myself. Because normally I'm not this good at this. So I'm really proud of myself in this one. Do 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 do. I've been so stressed out at my corporate job the last couple weeks. I know I've told you guys about it before, but I'm training a new employee. Training is going really well. Like there's no problems at all with the new employee. They're doing a fantastic job. It's just a matter of, you know, they're still learning. So things take a little bit longer for them to do. So I've been trying to pick up the slack for them, you know, so that they don't get too far behind, because, you know, we still have a business to run. So unfortunately, you know, I've been doing a lot of extra work that I wouldn't normally be doing. And it's not hard work. It's really not hard. Like, it's not challenging or difficult at all. It's just the volume, you know, on top of everything else that we've got going on, is a little much for me at the moment. And so I've just been kind of stressed out, and I actually started to like spiral out of control a little bit this week. My brain just could not wrap around things. And I kept making small little mistakes. So the last couple of days, I have come home from work and I've just turned on the computer here at home, which I know it sounds like, you know, counterintuitive. Like, why would you turn the computer on again when you came home? But I've been turning the computer on and just playing some computer games. I have a computer game called Farming Simulator, where basically you pretend to be a farmer. I know that sounds silly, but you, like, you know, you plant fields, you watch them grow, then you harvest them, and then you sell them, and you can take care of animals and things like that. And to me, it was just so therapeutic that it really helped, like, just calm me down, like, recenter myself, like, you know, like, anti-stress myself. It really, really helped out. So, I've been doing that the last couple of days. Don't get me wrong, sewing is my therapy. I love sewing, and it does help me out as well. But honestly, sometimes I just need something where I don't have to think at all. Like, you know, driving, you know, controlling, you know, using a remote control to control a tractor to plow some fields. It's really satisfying, like, to watch it happen. And so I decided I decided to do that instead of sewing, because even with sewing there can be a little bit of stress involved, especially if, you know, you're like me and you have to pull Jack out every 5 minutes. So I just decided that wasn't where I wanted to go this time. So I've been playing computer games the last couple of days, and it has really, really, truly helped me. I'm grateful for it. Carrie says, I forgot how much longer 4 patches takes to make when you don't strip piece. I took my pieces and cut squares with my Quilt. Yeah, it does take longer if you don't strip them. That's for sure. I don't have an Quilt. I cut everything by hand. And that takes even longer. All of the projects that we work on here on this channel, we work on them from start to finish. So basically, I pick out the fabric and I pick out the pattern, and that's as far as I go with it until we start it on the channel. Then we starch up the fabrics, we cut them, we subcut them, then we start sewing them all together, then we lay out the quilt. The only part that I don't do on camera is the long arming. My machine is really too small to do any type of long arming with our larger projects. I will do some with our smaller projects, but not a whole lot. So I usually send those out to a long arm to be done, and then when they come back, then I'll bring it back on the channel to put the binding on for the final touches. But we work on a lot of projects at the same time. Like, I have at least 4 of them going at a time, because I like to rotate things out every week, because I don't like doing the same thing every week. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer to rotate things out. But I do organize my channel by project. So if you are interested in a specific project and keeping up with that specific project, just check out the playlist for it. I do organize them all. The Yellow Brick Road project seems to be a very popular one lately. Like I've had a lot of people watching those videos, and I'm not entirely certain I know why, but I think it's great that they are. And that was the daisy quilt that we made on the channel quite a while ago, a few years, gosh, at least a year or so ago. It was the Yellow Brick Road project. I don't mind the extra sewing if my pieces are cut correctly. Yep, exactly. Just don't start playing Monopoly. Judy, yeah, no, I'm not going to play Monopoly now. No, the computer games that I like to play are more simulator-based games. I have a game called American Truck Simulator, which you basically drive a semi across the country. It's really, really cool. Like, you drive a semi, and then, like, you can turn your head, and you can, like, see out the windows, and the game is really cool. The graphics on it are really awesome, and they've set it up so that as you drive through each state, they have real-life tourist attractions that you can see in the game, so it's kind of neat. You know, fancy bridges and stuff like that, so it's fun. I enjoy it. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I know it's not for everybody, but it's something I enjoy. But I do like those types of games where, you know, you're doing something, but you're not really doing something, you know. The Sims is another one of my favorite games to play. I have not played that one in a long time. I actually got my kids hooked on that game. My daughter is obsessed with it. Oh, geez. Carrie says, I like Yellow Brick Road, but I just made 4 in a row, so it's time for something different. Yeah, 100%, Carrie. 100%, yeah. The Yellow Brick Road was an easy project to do. It really was. And I loved the fabric we used on that one, the daisy fabric. Really turned out very well. That seems to be a popular playlist on the channel. I'm going to pull these off the machine again because it's kind of bunching up back here. I'm going to pull this off. I can't believe that we are just about done sewing up all of these blocks. Like, this is just crazy. Like, I did not expect to be able to sew up all 80 blocks in 2 hours. Like, that's just crazy to me. And not even 2 hours because I probably spent 30 minutes of our live stream just chatting. So, that is just crazy. So if you guys are looking for a quick, easy project that I think looks really, really neat and would look neat with a lot of different colors, different color combinations, I think it would look really neat with. Definitely check out this pattern. It's by Cozy Quilt Designs. It's a postcard pattern called Firelight. I've made quite a few Villa Rosa design patterns, and they're really, really, really easy to make. Especially these postcard ones, because there's really not a whole lot to them. There's not a lot of crazy steps to them. So they really make it easy. Go ahead and lay these down. This is all we have left to do. Like, isn't that crazy? I can't say that I've ever made 80 blocks in one live stream. Like, ever. So, that's pretty neat, I think. What is everybody's favorite pattern? And I know that's kind of a hard question to answer because I know there's a lot of them that everybody really likes. But talking about the Yellow Brick Road pattern really kind of inspired this question. Like, of the patterns you have made so far, what has been one of your favorites? It doesn't have to be the only favorite, but just one of them. Like, just give us one. Like, the Yellow Brick Road one was definitely one of my favorites. I also made an Irish chain, which I didn't do on camera. I've just done that one. I did that one off camera before I even started the YouTube channel. And I really liked the Irish chain. I really liked that pattern. I think that one turned out really pretty, and we'll probably bring that project back on the channel to make another one at some point, but I really liked that pattern as well. Those have been a couple of them that I've really liked. I'm really liking this Firelight one so far. It seems like it's going to be really fun and neat. The Tiffany project we worked on a few weeks back that we finished up. It was a fun pattern. It was quick. It was easy. I'm not sure that the final result was really one of my favorites. I don't dislike it. It just wasn't one of my favorites. Obviously, I love the PMQs. They're a lot of fun, but since you don't know what the pattern is, and there's really no name for the pattern, it's hard to say that it's one of your favorites because there's really no name for it. Grab this one here. Trying to think of what other patterns I've made that have been my favorite. Obviously, Bargellos are my least favorite. Some people love Bargellos and they make a ton of them. I have made a couple of them and they are my absolute least favorite. Like I will make anything else but a Bargello. I will avoid Bargellos with like the plague. Hi Teresa Lynch, gosh, it has been forever since I've seen you. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Hope you've been having a fantastic summer and soon into fall. Majestic Mountain. Oh, that sounds like that sounds interesting. I can't say that I've ever heard of that one before. If you're able to post a picture of that one on our Facebook group, I'd love to see it. Majestic Mountain. I can't say that I've heard that one before. Kathy says, my favorite pattern, I was definitely the trip around the world. Yes, Kathy, I watched you make that one. That one was really cool. I really liked to watch that one. That one was a lot of fun to watch you make. We'll do something like that on the channel eventually. Teresa says, I've been binge watching Netflix. No, I get it. I understand. Falling Star Quilt would be a favorite. Oh, that is a beautiful one, too. I've seen that one a couple times. That one is definitely pretty. I think, wasn't it Ian or... it was either Ian or Becca that won an award for Falling Stars. For the Falling Star pattern. That one is a really pretty one. Yellow Brick Road, because the yellow is my favorite color and that was my very first quilt that I completed. Also any pattern with stars. Fair enough. The Yellow Brick Road is one of my favorite patterns to make because it was so easy. And I can't tell you if it was the pattern that was really my favorite or the fabric that we chose to go along with it, honestly. But I love that one. So that one is a complete playlist on the channel if you're interested in checking that one out. But yeah, that one's fun. Ian, yeah, Ian, I think. Yeah, everybody's saying Ian. Yeah, I think it was Ian, too. For those of you who don't know, Ian is the off-kilter crafter, Ian Garland. He is a close friend of Becca. And Becca is a favorite content creator of mine. He has a pretty big channel like she does. Any sampler quilt, Sandra says. Now, Sandra, just to make sure I fully understand, a sampler quilt is basically where it's a different block, right? Like you have a bunch of different types of blocks. Like it's not the same. Like here, we're making 80 of the exact same block. But a sampler quilt is more like there's only like one or two of the same block, right? Just want to make sure I understand the terminology. But I have seen you make plenty of those where all the blocks are different. So I can understand where that might be one of your favorites. And I can honestly say I've never made one of those, but we are going to be, that is a project that's going to be coming up on the channel here soon. Is a sampler block. Yes, lots of different blocks. Yeah, okay, yeah. Good. I imagine that that would be fun. Like, that would be a challenge to do all the different ones and, you know, having to cut all the pieces for each individual block because you can't just cut them all the same. Yeah, I bet that would be fun. With a sampler, I've never done one like that before, Sandra. So with a sampler block like that, does the pattern tell you how much fabric you need of each like color, or do you just kind of wing it and just make one block at a time and figure out what you need from your stash? Like, how does that work? Again, I've never done one. I've never purchased one, so I don't really have the answer to that question off the top of my head. I'm sure if I purchased one, I'd be able to answer that, but everyone is different. No, you just guess. Oh, okay. Okay. No, that's fine. So they don't tell you what type of, how much fabric of everything you need. You just basically grab pieces from your stash and hope for the best. Fair enough. You gotta have a pretty big stash, I'm guessing, or at least like a fat quarter bundle stash kind of thing. A bunch of different fat quarters to do that, I'm guessing. Majestic Mountain. That's a pattern I have not heard of. I'm going to have to check that one out. So thank you for that suggestion. Again, I'd love to see pictures of these. If you guys have pictures of these and you're able to post on our Facebook group, tell us what the name of the pattern is. And then show us the picture of the fabric or the quilt if you've got it. I'm always looking for new ideas, not just for the channel, but for myself as well. I've got a couple of patterns that I started that are pretty challenging ones. And they kind of became a little intimidating to me. And so I kind of put them away for a little while. And I am determined to pull them back out because I feel like my skills have improved a little bit. I feel like my confidence has improved a little bit. And so I'm determined to pull them back out here soon. Maybe before the end of the year, maybe the beginning of next year. But I am going to pull them back out. This year I've been focusing on a lot of the easier patterns. I've been trying to work my way through some of my stash. So almost all of the projects we've worked on this year have been out of my stash. Most of them have been cozy quilt designs that are quick and easy, so that's why we've been able to finish so many of them this year. But I've got a couple of things up my sleeve probably for next year. So we'll talk about that stuff once we get towards the end of the year and the beginning of next year. Just like we did this year, we kind of sat down the one day and we made a list of goals, and I still have, you guys can barely see it on the, well, actually you can't even see it on the camera, but I have our list of goals over here that we created at the beginning of the year. And we've managed to make our way through all of the quilt patterns that we said we were going to make, which is great. And I've gotten three of the four whips and UFOs that I said I wanted to do. I've gotten three of the four done. The fourth one, I've pulled it out and it's sitting over behind the camera there. We'll get to it probably a little bit later this month. In fact, we will get to it later this month because I already pulled it out and I already created the thumbnail for it. So we're going to be finishing that one up. Two more left, guys. Carrie says, mostly I just decide what block I'm in the mood to make, build my quilt around those. I do specific patterns on request usually. Ah, okay, Carrie, that's fine. I mean, I'm interested in everyone's kind of creative process. So basically, you just pick a single block and then you kind of build your quilt around it. Whether it be, the same block every time or different blocks, or it just depends on what you feel like. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think everyone's creative process is different, and it fascinates me the versatility that quilting has and the ability to kind of just make one block as opposed to a whole pattern. I think that's great. Alright guys, that was the last one. Can you believe it? And we are just about at the end of our stream. I cannot believe we just put together 80 blocks. We just finished cutting our backing and we put together 80 blocks in a 2-hour time frame. Like, this quilt has gone together so quickly. Now, of course, we still have to put the rows together, obviously. And the rows are probably going to take one stream, maybe two, because I usually take my time putting those together. And this one seems like it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me. And we still have to iron these all up flat. So I'm thinking 2 episodes left, maybe 3 before we finish this project. But I'm floored with the fact that we just got all of these blocks together like this quickly. This is just crazy. So if you guys are looking for a quick, easy project, you need a yard of background fabric and 10 fat quarters to make this. Like, that's it. I can't believe it. Like, we're done putting the blocks together. Like, so crazy. Let me open one of these up again just to show you guys, to remind you again what the blocks look like. We're going to hard press all of these next time we come back. But I'll just finger press this one. But that is what the block looks like. Like, that's it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. I don't even know what size these blocks are. I didn't look. Does the pattern tell us? Let's see. The pattern does not tell us the exact size of the block, but that's okay. Follow the diagram to sew the blocks together. There you go. Awesome. That's it. Like, I can't believe that we have managed to put together 80 blocks in this short amount of time. So next time we come back to this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to iron these all open, get them all nice and hard pressed and flat, and then we will go ahead and start laying them out to make our rows. Like, I'm just floored. I am absolutely floored with how quickly this has come together. So thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me today. Kind of a boring stream because you just watched me put blocks together, but we got them all done. Like, I'm just shocked. Like, you guys can probably see the shock look on my face. Like, I can't believe that we got this all done. That's just so crazy. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget, Saturday evening, starting at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, is our After Dark edition. Make sure you bring your favorite beverage along with you because we do play a drinking game, which is always a lot of fun. And we will be hanging out with Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl, and we will be putting together Clue 9 of our Tree of Life project. I cannot believe that we are at almost at the very end. So Clue 10 is the last clue for that project, which happens in November. That will be the final reveal. So it's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see what this quilt looks like. I did not lay the pieces out and try and figure out the pattern. I know Terry, our moderator, did that already. She already put the quilt together, and she said it's already done and gifted away. So she's already done with it. So that's really exciting for her. But I can't wait to see what it looks like. But anyway, guys, thank you again so much. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you to all the new members and the super chats. Super thanks, things like that. Thank you for that. Every dollar that goes into the channel is definitely going to be funded for new projects. We're going to have a lot of them starting next year. So lots of fun coming up. I will see you guys on Saturday and then again on Sunday for another live stream. I forget which one we're working on Sunday now. I know I have it on the channel, so check the channel to see which project we're going to be working on again. You'll see this one come up again in November. So, all right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye for now.